The house stood where the trees refused to grow. Evan noticed that before anything else, before the smell of wet earth and something metallic beneath it, before the fog that clung to the porch railings like it had nowhere else to go, the forest pressed close around the clearing. Old trees, twisted trunks, roots breaking through the soil as if trying to flee. Only beneath the house the ground was bare. No grass, no undergrowth, just a circle of dead leaves flattened into the mud, as though the land itself had learned not to resist. He cut the engine. Silence followed. Not the quiet of nature, but an absence. No birds, no insects, only the ticking of cooling metal, and, for a moment, a sound like breathing that stopped when he focused on it. "This is it," Mara said. Her voice sounded wrong here, too loud, too alive. She forced a smile and opened the car door. "One weekend. We document, we leave." Evan grabbed his camera bag. He needed the footage. Something real. Something undeniable. Mara needed answers. Her sister had vanished near this place 12 years ago. The police had called it an accident. The lake. Thin ice. Case closed. Mara had never believed them. The house loomed as they crossed the clearing. Its boards were swollen and blackened, windows opaque rather than broken, as if something inside pressed against the glass without quite touching it. The front door stood slightly ajar. Evan lifted the camera. The red light blinked on. "Exterior appears abandoned," he murmured. "No visible power. Structural integrity." The door creaked wider on its own. Mara's fingers dug into his sleeve. "Did you touch it?" "No." He swallowed. "Let's go in." The air inside was warm. Too warm. Thick and stale, like a room sealed for years with something rotting slowly in the walls. The door closed behind them with a soft click. Mara turned. "Evan." He tried the handle. It didn't move. "Old houses swell," he said, forcing calm. "We'll find another exit." They moved down the hallway. Dust rose with each step, but refused to settle, hovering at knee height. The corridor felt longer than it should have been, the far end subtly retreating as they walked. Doors lined the walls, all closed. From above came a slow, rhythmic thump. Mara shook her head. "That's not wind." They opened the nearest door. A child's bedroom. The bed was small and neatly made. Toys sat arranged on a shelf. A wooden horse, a jack-in-the-box frozen mid-smile, a doll without a face. The walls were covered in drawings, children holding hands in front of a house in the woods. Behind them stood tall, thin shapes, their faces scratched out. Mara stepped closer, breathing fast. "My sister used to draw like this." Evan zoomed in on one picture. A date in the corner. 12 years ago. The thumping upstairs grew louder. They backed out and climbed the staircase. Halfway up, Evan felt it. The pressure between his shoulder blades, the certainty of being watched from inches away. He didn't turn. The bathroom on the second floor was pristine. Clean tile. No dust. No decay. A clawfoot tub stood in the center, filled to the brim with dark water that rippled gently. "There's no mold," Evan whispered. "No dirt. It's like this room is being." The water stilled. A face surfaced. Then another. Then dozens more. Children, pale and bloated, eyes clouded, mouths opening soundlessly. One of them turned toward Mara. "Mara," it whispered. Her sister's voice. The lights went out. Something wet moved in the dark. Fingers brushed Evan's ankle. Too many, slipping, shedding skin at the touch. He bolted, dragging Mara with him as the camera's emergency light cast frantic red flashes down the hall. The staircase was gone. In its place stood a wall of pulsing flesh, veins crawling beneath translucent skin. Embedded in it were doors, each labeled with a child's name. "It's keeping them," Mara sobbed. "It's feeding on them." One door creaked open. Inside was a bedroom Evan recognized instantly. His childhood bedroom. "This house doesn't remember," a voice said calmly, everywhere at once. "It collects." The floor softened beneath their feet. Mara let go of Evan's hand. The room beyond the open door smelled of crayons and sunlight. Her sister sat on the bed. "Alive." "Mara," Lena said softly. "You're late." Mara collapsed to her knees, sobbing, clutching her sister as if she might vanish again. Lena was warm, solid. "I looked for you," Mara whispered. "For years." I know, Lena said. The hallway beyond was lined with doors. Children's rooms. Waiting rooms. A boy looked up at her, eyes red from crying. Are you new? Yes, Mara said. He nodded. The walls get loud at night. Mara swallowed. She could feel them now. The fear, the loneliness, the need. The house wasn't around her. It was in her. You'll get used to it, a tired voice said. She turned. An older version of herself stood there, eyes dull, smile worn thin. Embedded in the wall behind her was the outline of a body, pressed into plaster. Caretakers who forget themselves become structural, the house said calmly. Mara's hands began to fade. No, she whispered. I won't disappear. Oh, the house replied. You already are. Far away, the front door opened. Evan stumbled out into morning light, half mad, clutching a dead camera. Paramedics found him hours later. They found Lena alive, feverish, scarred, but breathing. They never found Mara. Years passed. Children went missing and were found again, unharmed, saying someone stayed with them in the dark. Survivors of disasters spoke of a woman's voice guiding them through smoke and rubble. And in places where the trees refused to grow, people sometimes felt a presence. Not hungry, not cruel, just patient, just listening.